Boom. All right, what's up, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I just want to give you guys a quick update with my current thoughts on Decentraland and or Mana. Since I posted that initial video on Friday, Mana shot all the way up to a high of $5. It's actually just that night. So crazy. But it shot up to a high of $5. Since then, though, it did see a correction, a pretty staggering correction at that, dropping 50% to the short-term lows at about 250. Since then, though, we have been going sideways. At the moment, we're actually seeing a short-term pullback, but I'm stoked, you guys. I just bagged up even harder on the pullback we're seeing of about 6% at the moment, and that is because I'm extremely confident in the fact that this will result in a two-wave pattern. If you guys have been around for a while, you guys would know the good old Waves fam coined pattern, the two-wave pattern. The first wave up is this parabolic rally you see. This first wave, it brings the eyeballs, it brings the volume, it brings the interest and attention. And then people get a little too excited. People get a little too hyped up. That's why you see this crazy candle go all the way up and almost immediately be sold off. And then you see some reconsidering of some of the people who bought up here when we come down here. All right, some people who bought up here lose some money, they lose a little bit of interest, they lose some excitement, but that's why we see the sideways price action. And this sideways price action is not bad. It provides opportunities for those who believe that the second wave is coming or believe in the longer term prospects. In this case, I think this will happen sooner than later. So maybe even short to medium term prospects. We'll just say medium term for the sake of this conversation. But the sideways price action is capitulation. This is a classic two-wave. This is shaping up to be a very textbook two-wave. I mean, we coined it, so we decided what textbook is. But just the look of this, you guys, keep in mind, I've created the majority of my personal net worth in playing rallies exactly like this, these hype rallies. That's why we coined the two-wave pattern. So we saw the first wave. Again, the bubble pops, but the eyeballs are here. The volume is here. The attention is here. The hype around the metaverse is still very, very real. And I'm confident this second wave is coming in hot. And as you guys know, the second wave typically is not just a wave. It is usually a freaking tsunami. So I will talk to you guys about my upside price targets before we do that. And we'll also talk about Sandy USD or Sandbox, somewhat of a competitor to Mana. I've been following Sandbox for equally as long as not equally as long, but almost as long as I've been following Mana. It's a great platform. Personally, I'm not holding Sand right now just because I'm more bullish on Mana, especially after Sandbox's current rally. It pretty much caught up in terms of coin price, not market cap. But as far as coin price goes, I do think that these two will stick together in a sense, almost be the newer version of Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital, if you guys are familiar with that. Or our theory around that, our thesis around those two. But I will explain it as we go through the video, and we will touch on Sandbox too. And after we cover Mana, I'll give you guys kind of my quick rapid fire TA on Sandbox. Okay, so before we do that, we will read over this, just kind of a CNBC article that was just dropped yesterday, catching you guys up on kind of the basics of what Decentraland is. We went over their website in the recent video I posted a few days back. So if you haven't watched that yet, go check it out. If you did, that video actually popped off, first viral vid in a while. So I appreciate you if you engage with that one. Really means a lot. And again, you guys, if you appreciate this, if you're pumped on Mana or Sandbox or the metaverse like I am, and if you are playing this trend as well, please give the video a like. Really does a lot for the channel. Subscribe if you're new around here, talking a lot of crypto. I just recorded a video before this, so forgive me if I stumble around a little bit. Been talking a lot already, but I'm just excited about this, and especially because we're seeing the short-term pullback, I wanted to let you guys know what I'm thinking, and that I'm bagging up. You guys always know my money is where my mouth is. And if you want to know exactly how I'm trading, been giving updates on Mana and just my thoughts on crypto overall every day in the newsletter since I posted that first video. I'm irresponsibly bullish on Mana at this moment. I'm super excited about where this thing can go. So if you're interested in knowing how I'm trading Mana right now, knowing how I'm trading every single crypto equity in the stock markets, EV plays, green energy plays, which I'm excited about right now as well too. First link down below, complete breakdown of my entire newsletter and portfolio, and then every trading day. With every update to the portfolio, I send out that complimentary email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades, throwing some charts in there, just letting you guys know why I'm doing what I'm doing. $15 a month, $40 every 3 months. Link is down in the description. Appreciate it if you guys check that out, but if not, no worries at all. Let's read over this. Once again, establish that fundamental base layer, and then we'll dive in to the charts. Key points. Little known cryptocurrency Mana surged to an all-time high undercase, the disrespect, lowercase I should say, to an all-time high over the weekend amid excitement over Facebook changing its name to Meta. Mana is the native digital token of Decentraland, a self-proclaimed metaverse platform where users can buy and sell virtual properties. Crypto investors view Facebook's rebrand as a sign of growing acceptance of the metaverse trend. Couldn't be more true. All right, so we'll just read over these and we'll dive into the charts. All right, guys. Mana, little known cryptocurrency used for buying and selling virtual land. Once again, saw its price spike over the Meta rebrand. The price of Mana hit an all-time high of $4.16 on TradingView. Actually went up to $5, but because it was such a quick up and down, again, you guys, look at this. This is an hourly candle, so this all happened within the span of an hour, likely less than that. So depending on what exchange you're looking at, that will probably be different, but we'll go with $5 just because it's an easier round. Okay, anyway, Facebook's rebrand was aimed at shifting the embattled social media company's focus towards the metaverse, a kind of shared virtual reality in which multiple users can interact with each other in digital objects. Launched in 2017, Mana is the native digital token of Decentraland, a self-proclaimed metaverse platform where users can buy and sell virtual properties. Ownership of the land is purchased through non-fungible tokens, a type of digital asset meant to track who owns it. It runs on Ethereum, the blockchain network behind Ether, the world's second largest currency. So right now, I do think a reason, which is also why I have Ether on the watch list right now. Ether, as of the past few hours, is outperforming Mana, right? Ether is looking very strong, and this is important to keep in mind with all ERC20 backed tokens or tokens that change on the ERC20, which is Ethereum's blockchain. All right, when Ether is ripping, when Ether is doing good, it means that most things, for the most part, there's obviously exceptions, and I do think Mana and Sandbox will be exceptions to that. Do typically go down, just because a lot is tokens that have been appreciating a lot will be converting into Ether just as a more stable asset class. Okay, it's like during after something's ripping, right? After stock is ripping or something, you would like to convert that to a safer play, and that's kind of what happens with altcoins that are ripping that trade on, once again, Ethereum's ERC20 chain. Anyway, Mana, as I just said, I do think is very capable of being something that defies those odds. I'm sorry. And I do think this second wave is coming. Okay, so again, second wave, good old two-wave pattern. Big first move up, parabolic rally up, bubble pops, capitulation, and then around this area is when everyone starts to regain confidence. Okay, so sideways price action right now. Literally, almost as we record this video, we are basing out on this area that has acted as quite the little ceiling and floor in the past from a short-term horizon. You can see all the hourly candles that have bounced around this area, right around 285, 290, and again, right before I recorded this video, I literally converted a bunch more of my ETH and a few other coins I have on the ERC20 blockchain to Mana, which again is why I just kind of flash recorded this video once again. But regardless, hope you guys appreciate it. Hope you guys are excited like I am once again, and I hope you guys are excited for this two-wave, for the second wave, or for hopefully what is not a wave but a tsunami. Okay, let's talk about where I think this thing could be going. So the way I'm going to do this is like this. Okay, so I'm going to take a price range and go from the base of where we initially popped off. Okay, and I've observed this in a few other two-wave patterns as well. This doesn't happen every time, but this is when things go into blue sky territory, when things are in hype territory. You can use fibs, but that's, I would say, almost equally as effective as this, but just ballparking. So keep that in mind, you guys. I'm straight up ballparking it right now, but I have seen similar patterns like this play out in the past when you're talking the two waves. All right, so first parabolic move up, I'll use this bounce hourly candle, right? I'm not going to use the all-time high at about $5, or again, like $4.20 to $5. Big range, so I will just go down to about $4.17 using this high candle right here. All right, so from the base of the beginning of the rally, we'll call it just right there at about $1.35 to $4.20. Mana saw a 210% price increase, okay? And then what I believe is going to happen again, I do think the second wave is going to initiate. We'll just call it from the base right here. So let's copy paste that bad boy and bring it over here. And you know what? We'll call it from this base right here, exactly where we're at. So if we see from current levels at about $2.90, if we see a 210% rally, a repeat of what just happened before, that would take Mana to, boom, right there, about $9, okay? So as I was saying, you guys, when Mana is about to approach $10, I'm not gonna, even if I was to think Mana could reach $10, and I do think that, even though I just copy pasted this percentage rally and it brings us to $9. Even if I did believe Mana was gonna go to $10, I was just talking about this in the last video. $10 is a very round number, right? It's a psychological even. Everyone's going to be expecting it to go to $10, okay? And it's very possible maybe we break beyond $10. I do think that over the course of 2021, Mana can definitely break past $10. But I'll personally start looking to take profits around $9. Everyone's going to be expecting 10. So around like 9 to 9.50, 9.25, that's where I'd personally start taking profits with the, again, just anticipating, just keeping in mind that most people are going to be expecting 10, and then people are going to be expecting that, so they're going to do it at 9.50. But so you got to go with 9.25 if that makes sense. Again, trading psychology, especially in hype markets, is especially appropriate, okay, and important to keep it top of mind. But yeah, we'll just do that right there, you guys. I think I said it in the last video I posted. I do think a 10x is possible, and that's when we were right around $1. So $10 still very likely, but $9 is seeming pretty safe in my opinion, and I do think that's very, very possible once again. So that's just my 2 cents right there, you guys. Let's close it out with Sandbox real quick, and then we'll call it a day. So Sandbox has been outperforming Mana significantly, and I just felt like I had to throw it in because there's so much hype around it. Obviously, Mana was the first to kind of initiate that crypto rally. Once Facebook changed its name to Meta, Mana was the first name to come to mind, the first crypto to come to mind, because it was the first, and it is still the largest by market cap, okay? So Mana, although I do still think it will hold a significant lead over Sandbox over the course of these metaverse rallies. Sandbox is still looking very good. From a technical perspective, I will say right off the bat, I do think Sandbox will probably see a short-term correction because it's been rallying significantly harder than Mana. As I brought up in the beginning, kind of that Riot blockchain and Marathon Digital reference, a lot of times they move past each other, right? But almost always they play a game of catch-up. And I do think that Mana went first, Sandbox played some catch-up, and then now Sandbox might sell off. Some capital will flow back into Mana. Mana will outperform Sandbox once again, and then that cycle will just keep repeating. But I will say that I remain pretty confident with not a crazy understanding of both platforms, and kind of just both platforms and both metaverses. I do think Mana will hold the lead over the longer term, but again, that isn't to say that Sandbox isn't a very good investment as well, or potential investment. Once again, you guys, I want to make it very clear that I'm holding Mana at the moment and not Sandbox. But if you're holding Sandbox, let me know down below. And again, cheers to you, because it's been ripping over the past few days. Okay, so from a technical perspective, though, Sandbox looks objectively better on the short term. Right now, this is a pretty textbook trade. A series of higher highs and higher lows in a very, very steep ascending channel. You're seeing volume pick back up, volume's looking great, and we are on the bottom side of support on this very, very steep ascending channel. Okay, so we're right on the line of support. If Sandbox breaks below this, that's not good. So if Sandbox it's getting real close as I'm recording this, that'd be kind of exciting. Not if you're holding it, but just to catch a break of trend like that. Because if this breaks, if we close, you guys know my gauge is usually 4-hour candles. We're on hourlies because these are moving so fast. But because there's so much volume, because these are being traded at such high frequencies, if we do see an hourly closure below this line of resistance, so if Sandbox over the next few hours, maybe by the time you guys watch this, is below $2.85, then we will have broken this line of resistance, and I do think downside is ahead. And I'm guessing if we do see downside, Sandbox will probably come down to about this region at about $2.15, just because this was a previous high. You can see like multiple hourly candles closed right here. This did act as a pretty significant level of support here prior to really going parabolic. The most parabolic move up in Sandbox we saw came after it broke about $2.15, $2.20. So I do think that if we do break this line of resistance in the short term, Sandbox will likely come down to around $2.10 to $2.20. But if we see that, you know what, maybe I'll consider picking some up, because that seems like a very, very good price to me. Okay, and that's what it's all about, you guys. Getting in low and selling high, or hodling until we go to the freaking moon. All right, so we'll call it there, you guys. Again, it's been a long time since I've been this excited about a cryptocurrency project. You guys know I've been pumped about NFTs. Right now I'm pumped on the metaverse. I'm pumped on Decentraland. Sandbox, once again, let me know if you guys are holding sand down below. Again, if we see 250, I'll pick up some sand so I can cover it with a little more positive bias. Right now I'm unbiased. Again, if you're holding it, congrats to you. Pop the champagne, because it's been ripping. But yeah, I'll just keep you guys posted, and I'm looking forward to what the following days, weeks, and months have to come, what the rest of 2021 has in store for Mana and Sandbox. So let me know in the comments down below whatever you guys are thinking about these two, what other projects you're excited on. Always love hearing your guys' input and insights, so I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.